I'm responsible for the cloud platform business in the UK and Ireland. And my Twitter feed there is cloud_Easton, and I send out a number of updates. So please follow that if you so wish. But today is the slowest rate of change we are ever going to experience. So as Thomas Davis said earlier, it's only going to get faster. And we're really excited about this change and what is driving some of that change that we see with the devices we're using and the interaction that we have with those devices. And I think if you look at the sort of the CEOs that are out there today, and very delighted to have one of our customers here to talk about that actually technology can enable this enormous change, not just from the devices we use, but fundamental business change. And we talk about this in a number of areas. So, for instance, the different devices that are connected. And we've got the big trends that are going on any device, anytime, and it's the speed. It's the speed to be able to try something. And I think that in the newer startup world, where they don't have so much legacy, they can try things. And you know, it's the ability to fail, and if you're going to fail, you fail fast and you fail cheaply. So if you make this ability to try things within your company, you don't know what you might find, but you learn more from failure than from success. And so as you go through trying all these different types of options, it's all about the speed that you can try those at that will enable you to find the next innovation. And Nest is a company that Google acquired, less than 4 years old. And this is our director, Dan Powers, who actually came from AWS and now runs our business worldwide for the cloud platform business. And he was in Finland here giving an interview, and he could actually, the interview says that he could warm up his girlfriend from his Google Glass, which I thought was an interesting article. But within Nest, you know, this is not just a fancy sort of device. Yes, it looks lovely and it's a great way to work with. But you really think about the implications of this. It understands when you go to your house. It understands how often you go to particular rooms. It will then heat your house accordingly. We've got people in our team that have had their heating bills reduced by 50%. That's huge. We're going to change the way that you report your energy bill. So today we all give a report sort of once a quarter, right, to our energy companies. How archaic is that? You know, we're going to be giving sort of signals back to our energy companies every 10 minutes. Can you imagine the scale and the size of the database that suddenly these energy companies have got to create? And this is what Google have been thinking about over the last 5 to 10 years. And that fundamental change of how we supply energy to all the households in the world could really change based on this type of technology. I wouldn't say it's revolutionary technology, but it's just using the technology in a better way than it has been before. And so we've seen this in the Internet of Things, and David will talk about this as well, but you know, amazing inventions of sort of pills that can, you know, monitor your health, and contact lenses that can understand, you know, your sugar levels for diabetics to be able to take more insulin at those different times, and understanding what your body's actually doing. You know, this is a huge amount of data, and this is only growing, as you know. So there are things that Google Cloud have done, and we work very closely with Tableau. So just a show of hands here, just who has particular BI tools like a Tableau that's come into their business recently? Okay, a few of you. So as you go through these scenarios of looking at new patterns within data, this is earthquakes that happen around the world. I particularly like this one. But you know, obviously a big spreadsheet of data, you wouldn't be able to realize exactly where it is geographically. But working with Google Cloud, to be able to work with these visualization tools, you can show some of the fault lines. And when I was practicing this presentation, I was like, well, the fault line is quite obviously in a complete grid around the world, which it's obviously not. But if you look on the left or on the right, but it really giving an insight to the data that you have. And so Google supports a massive scale from Cloud Platform. And the people at YouTube, that are uploading 100 hours of video every minute. So you remember when you go onto YouTube and you upload a video and it's a 2-minute video, it takes a little bit of time. Can you imagine 100 hours of footage is going on every minute to the Google Cloud Platform? And so when the YouTube guys come to Cloud Platform, they get the same APIs, they get the same technology to interface with Google Cloud as our external customers that are coming onto the Cloud Platform as well. So you as consumers of the cloud will get the same as our biggest customer, which is Google internally. And I think that those sort of Android devices and Chrome and all the wonderful apps and Drive for Work, and we've just actually, there was an announcement yesterday that we're putting in 600 million euros into a data center in the Netherlands, and and that will come online in the next 2 years. So really exciting investments into the Cloud Platform. I'm going to fly through some of these things, but again, looking whether Google are actually serious in this Cloud Platform space, it's right at the top of our company. This was just within 1 week. We have, Easton, 1,000 nodes of Hadoop, so people that have got massive Hadoop type projects can run on Cloud Platform. It is secure. We've got a Gartner. This was in 1 week that we had. We bought a rendering company called Zinc that helps a lot of people looking at licensing for doing rendering type workloads on the Google Cloud Platform. Containers, and who in the audience knows about containers and Docker and these types of things? Okay. So 20%. We'll talk about, so just to gauge as to how technical we should talk about in this particular presentation. And there's a number of things that we've actually released here, and as I said, they're on NASDAQ and Silicon. This is just last week, and then one date for your diary would be November the 4th, and this is called Google Cloud Platform Live. And I don't know if you saw, but Google Cloud Platform Live #1 was actually in March this year, and we did some enormous price cuts of our cloud platform. We announced some amazing technologies that integrate with things like Android Studio. It's making this very rich developer experience. And as you saw in the video there are people that are doing startup type businesses that are really gaining the benefit of this cloud and to be agile. And I think that as enterprises go forward, they need to be agile in their approach, because the next competitor, we don't know where that might come from, right? And you need to be as agile as the other person out there in the marketplace today. And so one of the real magic around it is the Google network. It's frighteningly fast. We have less than 10 milliseconds of latency between you and the Google Cloud. So if you're working on high dependency with regards to latency, certainly we've seen incredible workloads being run on the Google Cloud. These are the data centers. We're more open about it. You can go onto the website. And really, in a nutshell, with Google Cloud Platform, we have App Engine and Compute Engine, which is platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. We have storage, and then we have application services like BigQuery and Cloud Endpoints. And I think that one of the great examples, and we're going to come onto the guys from Infectious Media, where we've seen advantages here, and there are many different examples where people have used those technologies. But in this one instance, there's a very close link between certainly CMOs that are looking at Google Analytics Premium data, being able to have a very smooth link between Analytics Premium and Google BigQuery, and then also starting to build jobs on Google Cloud Platform, the compute engine element to it. And certainly, I won't steal any more thunder.